What's up, everybody? It's me, Feather. Welcome to Get Feathered. It is time for an Aquarius deep dive. We're going to talk about what's going on in your love life. How y'all doing? Doesn't matter where Aquarius is at in your chart. If you're a cross watcher, please know you may resonate, you may not resonate, and that's okay. Don't force a fit. And if it becomes too much for you, too heavy, just back out of it, okay? Just don't watch it. I do appreciate all of your loving support. Liking, sharing, subscribing, donating, all of that fun stuff. If you're here during the live, thumbs up, click the live chat button down below, and let's talk about it. Let's talk about your love life, Aquarius. Let's drop into the reading screen. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing, y'all. How y'all doing? Happy New Year. Star Lover. Hey, baby. All right, let's talk about it. Could be dealing with a Taurus right off the bat. It's just what I saw. All right, let's talk about it. Okay, so a situation that you could currently be dealing with, not happening today. We're talking about what's going on in your love life. We're talking about, in the first column, something that or where you're at in regards to love. The next column, we're going to talk about stuff the universe considers something or is suggesting you do to improve your love relationships moving forward. Final column is like, whatever additional messages you might need. Sometimes a message in regards to a specific relationship comes out, sometimes it doesn't. So we're talking about you. If you want to improve your relationships, let's do it. You may be a single mother, a single father. You may be hanging out happy in a relationship. I don't know. Let's deep dive on this. Mary's here. Hello, hello. All right. Oh, you got some kings on the board. Well, you're starting off with the Empress energy and the Queen of Coins. So you're more than likely feminine or very nurturing and loving. Okay. Devoted. Oh, what's that? Hopelessly devoted to you. What? Greece. Hopelessly devoted to somebody or to yourself. Let's find out. Let's deep dive on this. Empress energy is abundance on every level. Hold yourself very well. Carry yourself very well. Very nurturing, loving, and exuding beautiful vibrations. Okay? Abundant on every level. Talk about it. Talk about it. Okay. So, you have a situation here where you're trying to figure out whether or not you want to relive it. You relive it. So, I don't know if you were married to this person or in a relationship with this person, but you're kind of in a I give no F's mode. Just taking care of yourself, your 3D responsibilities. And I heard hopelessly devoted to you, so your heart may belong to somebody. Okay? Your heart belongs to somebody. Okay? Y'all just gonna have to forgive. My powder and my lipstick has worn off by now. I was just gathering up stuff from Christmas, all the boxes, all of everything that's left over, and just, getting them ready to go to the dump, to the recycle center. My ex-husband came in and helped me hang some, they look like soundboards, but they're handmade. They're very large, handmade. I could have used them for soundboards in here, but they're like bulletin boards, but they're cute because they got great fabric on them. They got the little things where you can hang the clippies on them. My daughter's an artist. She's a fanatic. She's crazy. But we hung those up in her room, so now she doesn't have to put holes in my walls because I'm the one that ends up having to spackle that shit and repaint. So now she's got places to put her creations. So you just may be taking care of responsibilities around your house, taking care of your kids, your millions of animals, feeding the birds and the squirrels and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Maybe just not even caring about your appearance because you're a natural beauty or you're naturally handsome. It's like, I just do what I do. I wake up looking like this. You know what I'm saying? And you're not really, your heart may belong to somebody. That's not going to be for everybody. But I believe you're hopelessly devoted to you. Like, you're just taking care of you. You may have a situation here where, to be honest with you, it looks like you're wanting to escape a specific situation that has been burdensome, frustrating. Love is frustrating, love is burdensome, or a specific person brings you a lot of stress. They stress you out. But it's like, so maybe you just got a lot of responsibility. You take care of a lot of people, She's very talented. Thank you very much, Mary. She is. We have come to the conclusion, she and I think she's going to work for the FBI at some point. I really do. We have been watching On Patrol live on Reels, live TV. If you haven't seen it, it's phenomenal. Check it out. It's like Cops, but so much better. And we watched Dateline. We watch Forensic Files. We do all of that stuff. I try not to get too gruesome of shows for her because she's only 11. But, dude, she's like, we were watching Psychic Investigators. I don't know why I'm saying this, but she's already practicing faces now for when somebody comes in and they have this. She just thought that it was absolutely amazing how they could create a face just by somebody telling them and describing them. So now I was like, you know what, you could actually do that and make good money. And you're not in the line of duty. You're actually helping. You're helping them catch the people and bringing them to justice. Okay. And I said, but you're not actually doing the work. So, I said, but first things first is you got to get good at drawing faces, noses, faces, lips. And she has been on it for weeks. She'll craft other stuff, but sketch artists, I think she's down for it. She's a Libra, so it makes sense. Yeah. I'm like, at least if you do it on the side, you have a portfolio. By the time you're 18, you could be doing this, for our local community or anything. So that was cool. So there's a situation here where you're wanting to address, okay, and you're saying, I think I'm just gonna leave this out in the cold. I'm unbothered, and I think I'm just gonna leave it alone. But you may have multiple options in regards to love. You do want to manifest someone or something that is solid, committed, and trustworthy. You're saying loyalty and trustworthy. You may have dealt with you may have gone through a divorce. You may have dated somebody that was married or in another connection. For some reason, I'm hearing there was a reason behind you're not, how do I put this? You're hopelessly devoted to yourself because somebody wasn't devoted to you. Somebody cheated on you or trashed you pretty badly. You may have tried multiple times to get that going, but you are now finally getting yourself into an energy. Finally, I don't know how long ago this was. It's coming through the energy. Fred is just channeling it right to me. Like, somebody wasn't devoted to you in the way that you were devoted to them. You may have tried many times to make this work. You may have separated many times. This may have happened while you were away at a distance. I don't know. But it's like, I think I'm just going to let this go. And you are finally in the energy. And I don't know why I keep saying finally. But you are finally in the energy of where you're ready to move on. So how long ago this happened, I don't know. This could be somebody that was toxic. Somebody that lacked self-esteem. Somebody that was overly controlling, tried to control your life, maybe even narcissistic tendencies, tried to rule your world, and you're like, no, that's not going to happen. That's no, especially if I can't trust you. If I can't trust you, you don't rule. Is that Prince? Something you can rule my world. I got Prince coming through now, so I'm channeling Prince. You know, the purple outfit, Prince. Yeah, the rain, purple rain. So you cried over this individual or these situations. So you're finally ready to move your chuck wagon forward. And I think you're pretty excited about that. Like excited about the what happens next, the what ifs, there's a wonderment here happening. Like I get to choose. I get to choose what I desire. I get to be loved and nurtured. I don't have to deal with these people who try to control my world, control my life, try to control me, try to devastate me, disappear, reappear, and I really get, they try to control your world or control how you like, I don't know, maybe you had children with this person, maybe, I don't know. It's 111 on January. It's 111 right now. Yeah. On January 10th, where I'm at. But I'm going to have to say it's a breath of fresh air. Like you finally can exhale. Like, whew, I don't have to be manipulated. I don't have to be told what to do. I don't have to be treated like this. And I don't know if that's because someone else has presented themselves into your life that has shown up and shown you something about yourself. Like, I don't know, maybe somebody has shown up to give you some sort of loving support. Okay, this could be family members or friends or even somebody that you're dating or wanting to date, something like that. But like it finally dawns on you that you don't need to control anything. You don't need to be overly controlling in your own environment. You can just relax and exhale now. Whatever that was or whoever that was, I think you're ready for new. I think you're ready for new. Because we have the manifesting magician here, Merlin the magician on the table, and the Page of Swords, which says, you know, you've got some ideas. But I think this is a new idea, a new spark, or a new thing where you finally recognize, you know, I'm good right where I'm at. I'm an amazing person. I don't deserve nor need to be treated poorly anymore. Like, do you know how big of a realization that is? In all honesty. Yeah, I mean, a lot of you are like, oh God, this is the stupidest reading of it. Well, then this reading ain't for you. Because I'm talking to people who want to be cherished and nurtured and loved. And they're very powerful. So I'm talking to Aquariuses that know how to make bank, that know how to be responsible, raise children, take care of people, loving support, and being strong and powerful, radiating, exuding love, and a special energy that not many people, male or female, exude. And now knowing that you don't need anyone else, especially people who try to damage you. You may have been caught in a cycle with people over the years that you repeated patterns in relationships. You are coming into a new cycle now where that lack mentality gone. So you overcome some sort of adversity, whether it was that you had fear of abandonment, lack mentality, you were ghosted, you were neglected, and I don't know for how long and how many times, but there was a pattern there of consistent, repetitious bullshit in relationships. And I don't know if it was one or many, but you're coming into a new cycle and it's like, oh shit, I'm a freaking diva. I'm a dude. I am amazing. I don't need anyone else. I don't need to live in that struggle. And just breathing it out. That's when you know you've healed, when you recognize that you are ready for something if you want it. You're saying it's going to take time. I don't need to struggle. I don't need to work hard. I will persevere whatever I choose to do in regards to love and relationships. And it's just having this newfound energy about you that just makes you feel good about who you are. You know what I mean? Like accolades to yourself. You don't need nobody else to clap for you. You realize what you've gone through, and other people may not know, and other people may not care. But when you finally get to this point, it's almost like you're nurturing your inner self, your inner child, and you're saying, you know what, we're good. We're safe. We're no longer in that. And it could have taken some of you a long time, especially if it was a toxic connection or an abusive connection. I hope not. But when you finally break free, it's like, oh my God. It's like going from the desert. If you live in the desert or a dry place, it's like going from the desert into the lush jungle. You hear all kinds of thousands and millions and billions of crickets and cicadas and, birds and all of these noises, mosquitoes buzzing by your face, all kinds of stuff. It's just, and then not only that, but all the fragrances and all of the sights and sounds and fragrances. Don't know why it's so visual for me, but it's like, man, life was so dry and worn out or tired, and now it's just like a renewed sense of self. Empowerment. You can be loving and nurturing, and you can also have that too. You don't have to be hateful, vindictive, mean, malicious. You don't have to deal with people like that either. It's a break free moment, but it's a something that took you a while to get through. All right. That took you a while to get through it. Mary says, so resonating. What's up, confused alien in the house? I hope you love yourself. I hope you know you love yourself. Don't think it, know it. This is a beautiful, calm, peaceful, serene feeling. And if some of you have dealt with really, oh God, here's the tower. Oh boy. Okay. Some of you have dealt with some really, I knew it. I felt it. I didn't want to look at it. And that is fact. Ace of Coins. Okay, so a lot of you continually invested in very unhealthy connections. I felt it, but I did not want to say it. And then when I looked at the bottom of the deck, the devil is right there. So we have the tower and the devil. And when I get the tower and the devil, I was about to say, before I saw it, a lot of you have invested in very abusive, very toxic connections, or very, oh boy. I don't know why I'm going to say this, but it may make sense to somebody. An unhinged lifestyle, like life unhinged, like chaos, confusion. You may have had very unhealthy relationships, and I'm talking about friendships, family ships, your environment. has always been chaos, unhealthy, negative. Yeah, how do you thrive and how do you survive, let alone thrive? Or how do you thrive, let alone survive in something so chaotic and toxic? And I'm talking about maybe your whole entire past. Maybe you were abused as a child. I don't want to go there, but I'm going there. I don't want to go there, but I'm going there. You understand? I don't want to, but I am. I don't want to, but somebody needs this, which is why the Empress energy is so refreshing. If you've lived in the same old, and you've experienced the tragedies, the toxic lifestyle, the toxic friends, being surrounded by an environment that is unhealthy, and I'm talking dark, unhealthy, maybe you were dipping and dabbling with the wrong kind of energies. That's all I'm saying. Maybe you were living life unhinged and you didn't give a fuck what you did to your body, who you did to your body, or what substances or addictions. You didn't care. You didn't care. When you get stuck in an energy, and that's getting stuck, you were down to the bottom of the bottle. Do you understand? Some of you, it could have been a bottle. All right. But when you get busted down so low, when you get your energy, when you get your confidence rocked on a level like you went through something tragic or something dramatic, and the tower is never easy. That is the universe blowing shit up. Okay. So when the universe says, I'm coming in, I'm coming in to dismantle some ish. But instead of knowing that it's for our best good to help us rebuild on a solid ground, or to rebuild in a better way with someone or in life, we have a tendency to tank, and we tank energetically by losing our confidence and our motivation, losing our lack. It's very lackluster. Life is just like, you know what, fuck it, whatever. The tower hit, everything I knew blew up in my face, everything I ever wanted or ever known, just fuck it all. Throw it to the wind and live life unhinged because, well, it just doesn't matter, does it? You know what I mean? Just really doesn't matter. When we go through moments like this in relationships, we have a tendency to not give a fuck about ourselves, our appearance, our health, our wellness, our well-being. We don't care what anybody thinks about us. This is addictions. This is porn, sex, drugs, alcohol. You're bound and chained to the devil. And that is a very unhealthy connection right there. Could have been sex addictions. We tend to not give a crap about ourselves after something. I mean, say for instance, you get cheated on multiple times. You can't trust somebody. You're married to them. I'm just giving an example. And then you're just like, you know what? Fuck you, fuck it, fuck that, and I'm out. And then you go do all of those things saying, if you can do it, I'll do it. I'll get back at you. What was the devil energy for you? You know what I mean? So it's like tit for tat, or I don't care. I just don't care. Well, all of that happens to help us rebuild. Okay? And that's what those towers were. And if any of you have gone through, you know, maybe you took that first hit, somebody offered you that first hit of strange, or somebody offered you that first hit of some kind of drug, street drug or something, and you were just like, that's it. I'm done. I'm on it. I'm hooked kind of deal. When you live in that kind of energy, maybe you grew up like that, just not knowing what peace and harmony and loving and nurturing environment was. Maybe you just didn't know because you've never experienced it, or something happened to create this unhealthy patterns, or these unhealthy patterns or dynamics. Okay, some of you may have been dropped on the streets, but maybe you've had to fend for yourself and you've been taking care of yourself for a very long time. Some of you may just like whatever you got to do to survive out there on the streets. You understand? As adults, we tend to help our kids get to the point where they know right from wrong, they know how to handle shit, and we kind of help them along the way, right? Most good parents can somewhat or try to somewhat assist their adult children in getting out there on their own and establishing life and helping them to be, well, decent people, but lifing and adulting in a good way. Some of you may not have had that kind of experience, so it may have disrupted your relationshiping. Okay, so some of you may not have had that kind of experience. You know, maybe you had an abusive father, or didn't have a father, or you had an abusive family dynamic of or a partnership, and you just didn't care. Whatever I've got to do to get out of it, you know, get away from home as soon as I can. Horrible toxic relationship, whatever I got to do to get out of that shit. Whatever I got to do, get me out of it. And then it becomes an obsession once you're in it and you're trying to survive, or you're trying to you're just trying to run. You're just trying to run. So this is like, for an example, you grow up in a very abusive home with abusive parents, or no parents, no parenting. You're just trying to run, trying to get away from it, right? And it's finally like you're in a position now, finally, where you can relax. I can finally enjoy life. I can finally be me. I don't have to live the hard life anymore. Maybe you got pregnant and had kids. Maybe you got married. Maybe, maybe you found somebody that you could trust and live life with. Maybe you got a job that you could actually afford your own home, and you could actually get to this point where you're like, okay, I can finally breathe now. It's not a struggle. I'm not rushing. I'm not pushing. I'm not out on the streets anymore. I'm not begging for money or begging for scraps or going to the bread lines anymore. And if you are, that's okay. Resources are resources, baby. At least you got food in your belly. So there you go. Thank you, universe. Just saying. When you come out of that kind of energy, it feels good when you find somebody that loves you, or when you finally realize that you don't need anybody else to love yourself. But when you do have that, or you have someone in your life that is loving support, it feels good, because maybe you've never had it before. And that could just be a friend or a family member, or just yourself. Like, oh my gosh, I finally broke the chains. I finally broke free of that lifestyle. I'm finally free to just enjoy nature, enjoy my inner nature, my life. I finally got enough money. I'm finally doing what I need to do. I'm good. I'm great. I'm established and I'm flourishing here. And going from this kind of energy into Empress energy, it's a big deal. You know what I mean? It's a big deal. So some of you may be pregnant. New moms and new dads, doesn't have to be, but it's like, finally free to be me and to enjoy a different type of lifestyle or a different way of living. Okay? Maybe finally luxuries, the luxuries of life. When you've been living on the streets or barely making ends meet, listen, that's a fact. It's nice. It's so nice to actually have, central heat and air, a friggin' bed to sleep in. Whatever comfort and luxury is for you, hey, go for it. You know what I mean? When you're in horrible abusive relationships, peace is peace, yo. And I can speak this for a fact. If you have lived in a toxic, abusive relationship, I don't care if it's physically, mentally, emotionally, or sexually, or all of it, peace, the peace that comes after you've gotten away from it and after the dust has settled and it's like you finally put distance between you and that person. There are some fears. Oh yeah, there's fears that you have because you'll unless you're working with a counselor. But anyway, there's always fears. There's always hysteria, a little bit of hysteria and fear that comes after, but that can dissipate, and it usually does, and it can sometimes take a while, but the peace after it's over, oh man, it's something unexplained. It's something that words I don't think can really define unless you've been there yourself. If you have lived in chaos and turmoil and abuse and dealt with very toxic, unhealthy relationships, traumatic shit, you know what I mean? If you've been there and you are able to finally have that peace and that tranquility, man, it's like if you are living with somebody who is so argumentative and so callous and cruel, and I'm just giving an example here. Can you imagine living in a house with somebody who is extremely loud, violent, vulgar, maybe even throwing fists or throwing stuff at you, abusing you, maybe volatile, it doesn't matter, maybe the kids, you, it's constant chaos. It's triggered by damn near anything and everything. And you're in a constant state of fear, walking on eggshells. You're in a constant state of being worried, constantly on alert, wondering what's going to set that person off next. When's it going to happen? What's going to happen? And what are they going to say? Or somebody who is trying to control everything, your finances, your money, where you go, what you do. Dude, when you finally get that shit out of your life and you walk into a house of your own and you're just like, you lay your head down at night and it's quiet. There is nobody there to disturb your peace. There is nobody there to bitch at you, yell at you, scream at you, tell you that you done something wrong, tell you that you can or cannot wear that out, go somewhere, talk to somebody, do something. It's so peaceful. And life is like, it's easy street now, babies. You got a beautiful energy about you, regardless of where you've come from or what you've experienced in love relationships. I don't care if it's family ships, friendships, or intimate relationships, partnerships. Okay? Like those that have never experienced that sort of thing don't typically make it to my channel. I typically attract the people that have lived some tumultuous lives. Okay? And when it's like, you know what? I'm good right here where I'm at. I feel balanced within myself, and I don't really need anybody else. I don't need a relationship. I don't need love. I'm good. I'm good right where I'm at, doing what I'm doing. If it happens, it happens, but it will be a slow progression towards anything when I desire it. And I think a lot of you have been really pushed around and I don't know why, but whomever I'm talking to today, it's like I think you've been pushed around and maybe defeated many times by people in your life. Maybe just your confidence crushed multiple times over. You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough. You'll never be enough. You will never have anything. You're just a piece of trash. You're nothing. You're no good. That kind of stuff that really pulls a person down. And I don't know if it was a specific person or a specific relationship or multiple ones. Or if you were just doing it yourself because, well, you may have learned that from watching other people or experiencing it some way, shape, or form. And as a child or something, to see an Empress energy out here after that, that means you've gone through some shit. You've learned some life lessons, and the peace that you have now, you will not let anybody. You will defend your peace and your tranquility from here on out in regards to relationships. And I promise you, you know your worth. You will not accept anything less than what you deserve. Promise. That's powerful. So here is the King of Wands. That's confidence, okay? So when we're talking about you, the universe says the King of Wands here, okay? So take action when action is needed. Okay, we're going to see what this says. Yeah, it's all about taking action. So it's up to you. When you are in a King of Wands energy currently, the universe says just whenever you're ready, you have the power and the control. You determine what happens next. It's your life. In regards to love relationships, when you want to move forward, you move forward. When you want to talk, you talk. When you want to decide on a person, place, or thing or direction, it's up to you. There's really nothing more you have to do other than to make a decision, pick a direction, put a plan together, and execute said plan when and if you want to. You're good right where you're at. You're not lying. You're great. So you may not trust. Okay, you may have a little bit of trust issues, but the universe says have confidence. Okay? You've got that peace, that tranquility, and you've created this life for yourself that's beautiful, and this peace about you, this nurturing, loving. I mean, you're a special person. People probably love you. They probably love being around you. Enjoy your presence. That's a good sign that you're a good person. Okay? So you have a little bit of trust issues here, actually big trust issues, but nothing that you cannot overcome as the King of Wands. It's all up to you on whether or not you choose to move forward when you want to, okay? You're in the process of releasing any of this tragic energy. You will not be blinded by. You will see clearly with the sun here. You're like awakened. You're awakening. You're aware. You're so aware and awakened. Like you're tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. You're connected to source here. And do not worry about being gaslit or being mind fucked. You are so aware that it will bounce off of you. Anything shady, anything toxic, anything unhealthy will bounce off of you. That's how enlightened you are at this point. Like, I'm good. I carry the sunshine in my pocket. I'm that fucking enlightened. Okay. You may not call it that, but you're that aware of what you have gone through and what you have overcome. Anything shady, anything sketchy, anything that could possibly, it's like anything that is done in the dark will come to light. I promise you. You don't even have to worry about it. When the right things are right, they will show up for you in life. When things are not right for you, that you will repel it energetically. Okay? It'll bounce right off. You cannot be gaslit in this kind of energy. You cannot be mind fucked. You cannot deal and dabble in the devil shit anymore when you are in this energy of the Empress and the Sun. No. And if it happens to come into your vicinity, my loves, you are confident enough and strong enough to take action. If that means you've got to cut ties with it, you'll cut ties with it. You'll go completely cold on it. Look at here. Ace of Swords, Two of Swords, reverse, King of Cups. You'll pull your energy all the way back. You will not give it any of your love. You will sever ties with it. You will not be faced with challenges like this, like that, like the previous shit, okay? Not in this energy. If you're who I'm talking to, if you are resonating and you understand what it's like to live on the streets or to make ends meet or to go through and live a very toxic or unhealthy lifestyle or dynamic, to the peace that you have now, you don't worry about nothing. You may not have everything you want. You may be just getting by, but the peace that you have is more valuable than anything. That's what I'm talking about. It's just peace. It's peaceful. I can hear the birds singing outside right now. It's just peace. I can lay my head down at night knowing I'm good. And in this kind of energy, you will see straight through anybody's bullshit. And if there is any shady activity going on, you will see straight through it. You will become aware of it right away, and you will take action on it, or you should take action on it immediately. Okay? No more excuses and no more giving people these chances time after time of whatever that was. Not with the justice here. You're doing what's best for you. Some of you may have gone through a divorce. Okay? But you're like, you know what? If we're not on the same page, I'm not going to be confused by it. If we're not on the same page, we're not on the same page. It's aces for me. You're out and somebody else is coming in. You're not even sweating it. Okay? Yeah. Look at that. You have a stability. Man, you got the Fool, the Four of Wands, and the Six of Wands. When you're ready, take a leap of faith into a new relationship or new home, a relocation, or whatever. Success is yours. Six of Wands. You get attention. You will get attention. You will attract it to you. Don't worry about it. Okay? When you are ready, and you're the one that gets to dictate when you're ready. You always do, but in this energy, universe says, all you have to do is say it, and it happens. All you got to do is say the word and choose a direction, and whatever direction you choose looks like it's going to be fun. It's going to be a new path, an enjoyable one. You take that leap of faith, and there is stability right there. Some of you, it's a new home, a new relationship, definitely things to celebrate and success moving forward. You are the one that gets to choose when you move, in what direction you move, if you want a relationship or not. So if you are worried about or concerned, or your trust issues are in regards to people fucking you over again, you'll see right through it. And all you have to do is say, you're out. You're out of here. Go home. You're drunk. Go home. I'm not dealing with you. You know what I mean? I'm not dealing with it. So let's talk about what this final message is. The King of Swords. The King of Swords is no joke either. So you are back. The universe is saying you got all of the energy. You know when to take action and how to take action. You're regaining your confidence on such a major level after having it completely crushed. Those towers were meant to happen to build you up. Okay? It's time to rebuild. You have that peace and that tranquility. You're still loving and nurturing. You're still tough too. Possibly. I can't tell if you're masculine or feminine. We got kings and we have empress, so it's possible that it doesn't matter who you are. Male or female, masculine or feminine, it doesn't matter. Okay? You have what it takes to take charge in it. Even if you are loving and nurturing at heart and you want to be loved and nurtured and cherished. Oh, you're fierce too. Watch out. King of Wands, King of Swords. Very discerning, very intelligent. Very loving and capable. Very capable. You don't go through life on those terms and dealing with that without having to be tough. I promise you. All right. You're choosing. Looks like you are choosing. You are making a decision moving forward. You are making a decision for a long-term commitment with love. You are ready for a long-term loving relationship with unconditional love, a spiritual, soulful, long-term life partner. You've chosen this. You're saying, I'm choosing this. But I have a feeling you've already chosen this as the King of Wands. You've chosen this. Okay. So for most of you, this tower has already happened. Whatever that was that happened for you in life may have been a long time ago. For most of you, it's already happened. But it looks like you are putting your energy towards moving forward towards a long-term loving commitment. You've already made this decision. So that may be what you're manifesting here. Like you've got this idea. You want to be cherished. You want to be nourished. You want to be loved and treasured. That's great. But you're saying, if I move forward towards it, I'm going to move slowly towards it. But you're saying, there's no qualms about it. You know for sure that's what you want in relationship. Sweet. You've set your manifestation. I guess now it's just up to you on whether or not you take that chance when that person shows up. Or if you even date again or whatever. You've set your manifestation. Yeah, you've already set your manifestation. I'm going to tell you what. All of this tragedy and all of this bullshit that you went through, let's be honest, we're adults here. Let's just be honest with each other. All of this tragedy, for some of you, bad relationships, bad people, surrounded by bad people, just constantly. I don't know why, but I just get a bad vibe. Like, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. Like bad vibes all the way around. And I don't know if it was one person or multiple people or just your life in general. You know, like I said, living on the streets, do what you got to do to survive. I ain't judging you, not one damn bit. None. Okay? None. All of that helped you to manifest what you're asking for. So, if you feel wounded by all of the things that have happened to you in your past, I get it. I understand. But try and make a switch on that. Try and flip it to instead of being hating it and hate, okay, great. It wasn't great that you had to experience it. It fucking sucked. Okay, own and accept that. But also on the flip side of that, I know now what I do not ever want to experience again. I know for a fact I never want to go through those things again. I never want to live like that again. I never want to be there. I never want to do that. I never want to go there ever again with those situations or those people. You know, own it, accept it, acknowledge it. And that will help you release any negative energy or emotional wounding. Some of you may need counseling or therapy, okay? But it's like the tower's already gone. But Don't let the past hold you back from manifesting the best. And you've got an amazing manifestation that you're saying you want. The trajectory on it is great. You know for a fact this is what you want, but I don't think you believe it because of everything you've experienced. You experience the worst to experience the best. Okay? How do you know you don't want that until you've experienced it? Now you know, so let's move the meter towards the future and focus on what it could be, what it could feel like, what it might show up as. Wouldn't that be cool if? Play with the universe will play with you. If you live in the, oh my God, I can't believe all that shit happened, it was so painful, and then you're probably going to manifest another thing like that. Okay? Even though you're in this powerful manifesting energy, you can get what you want. You just got to switch the gears on it. Okay? There you go. That's all you got to do. You get to choose. Where's your confidence? Are you confident in what it is you want? Are you confident in your manifestations? Or are you putting more energy towards what happened to you? You get to choose. The universe says you get to choose which direction you go. And I'm assuming backwards or forwards, past or future. When we living in the past and the pain of the past, guess what happens? We spin our wheels and we continually attract that shit that we've experienced before. Because we have fears. Right? We have fears of moving forward. We have fears that what we really desire can manifest for us. Okay. A lot of you, you're going through this ending now. Could have been a divorce. Could have been an unhealthy relationship, on again, off again, multiple breadcrumbing, just anything you can experience that sucked. That's the devil and the tower, okay? And then the 10 swords on top of that. So there are some of you that are going through a divorce or went through a separation, a divorce. It's just a matter of time. It looks like the majority of you are making a decision to end something long-term, or that didn't stand the test of time. It really didn't. This person or these persons could have been situations where they were untrustworthy. They weren't loyal. I told you, I got that in this energy, that there was a lack of loyalty or trust issues. Okay. Trust fund baby. I don't know what's going on there. Trust. Couldn't trust them. Again, there could have been third party energy. I don't know. Maybe you divorced them, or they were married, or I don't know. But it looks like you're refusing to go back to the past. And you are enjoying your independence from this person. And you're saying, it's over. I am not going back. I am not going back to the past. So what you're doing here is you're seeing clearly what, how do I put this? You are seeing clearly here that it is your turn to take action, that you are fierce and you are confident, and you are confidently saying that you would rather be single, independent, and free than go back to this past. Whatever that past was. I don't know if they took your money and ran. I don't know if they were very, very unhealthy for you. Toxic. I don't know. But when I get the Tower and the Devil, I don't like it. But when the Ace of Wands is in reverse too, it's even worse for me. Because it's like, you could just keep getting knocked back down. You can't never get back up. Well, you're saying, you know what? I'm going to love myself enough. I'm going to nurture my damn self so much that not many people will be able to knock me down. And that is the truth with the King of Swords and the King of Wands here. I'm telling you, if you're not male or masculine, you have such power energy here where I don't know. I don't know. Like, could we be best friends? Could we be best friends? Because I think we could hang out. Any further messages here? So you're saying this is it. I'm not going back to the past. Great, because you know your manifestation is right there. It's in your head. You know you want long term and you want love. Some of you may be hung up on all of those tower moments and all of that shit that happened and went down in the past. And you're just like, you know what? Done. Feather says, point forward, head towards the future, and I'm going to. Did you get my book? Oh, Please Be Your Own Hero. Links in the description. A through Z, How to Do It Easily. Manifesting Survival Guide. It's a self-help survival guide. Manifesting Survival Guide. What we do to get in our own way. Oh, yeah, you're healing that shit that didn't work out. That 10 cups in reverse. Again, family issues. Long-term relationships, happily ever afters that didn't. That's all I got to say. I keep repeating it. I feel stupid. Maybe you feel stupid because it didn't manifest the way you wanted it to. Maybe you just felt like it was a fantasy. Or maybe you did have a family and that shit didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. But you're saying, you know what? I want real deal 3D shit right here. And I just spit everywhere. Everywhere. It's live. You never know what you're going to get from me. Deal with it. So you're healing this. And then again, this could be childhood wounding. This could be a lot of stuff going all the way back. Healing it. Some of you may have asked the angels to help you out. You got an angel on your back, baby. You are not going back to the past. You refuse. You are blocking the past from coming towards you. That is the person or the energy. Yep. You are not letting this person manipulate you, hurt you. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is a mixed deck. And everything is showing up in reverse. God dang. Again, divorce, separation. Somebody that could be overly controlling, very abusive, in and out, on again, off again, friends with benefits, somebody emotionally and physically abusive, possibly even manipulative. Oh, very, very horrible words. Very reckless with their words, their love. They just don't give an F. You're saying that it is no longer your wish fulfillment. It does not make you happy. And you're choosing. What are you choosing? I think you're choosing you. You're choosing not to return. You're choosing to let that person spin out of your life like that. You're not going back to the way that you lived life before. Not when you have this much peace. When you have this kind of peace and tranquility in your life, you're not going to allow the past to return to, and it could be your own behaviors. It could be your own thoughts. It could be your own devils or demons. Okay. You could be the problem, but you're saying, I'm not going to be the problem. I want love and I want harmony and I want peace and abundance and growth in love. And maybe you just didn't want it before. Maybe you weren't interested in a relationship. Maybe you weren't interested in a commitment. Okay, maybe you were the player. Maybe you were the one with attitude problems. I don't know. Or maybe it was someone else. Or maybe you were the one that was addicted to drugs, sex, alcohol, whatever it was. The lifestyle, whatever that was. See, I'm not going back. I'm not going to live life. I'm not going to live life like that again. And that is all that you needed to do, was make the decision so that this new manifestation could come in for you, so that you can have that unconditionally loving, soulfully loving, unconditionally loving life partner. Real deal shit. And I love this reading today. Them's the words, them's the messages. That's what I got for you. But I love this reading today. So it's until you see a reading like this, and like I said, unless you've experienced life on the streets, taking care of yourself, having to do whatever you have to do to survive, not having a support system to back you up, just having to do it, gunning it every day, having to survive, having to do it. When you finally get that one job, or that one happy lucky break, or somebody sees your worth, and it's like breakthrough moment. You know, I finally got more than enough money to get my own place, to settle down. I finally find that one person that sees my worth, and that actually treasures me, or makes me feel alive, or makes me feel seen or heard, or that that I'm loved and supported. Dude, if you have had any kind of traumatic past, or any kind of abusive relationship, you don't trust any fucking thing or any friggin' body. You don't. It's hard. It's real. But you trust this tranquility you got going on in your life. You do. You sure do. You are very intelligent. You are very strong. You're very, very wise, very powerful, and very loving. And you do want growth and love. And it's just a matter of breaking free and doing what's best for you, and getting into alignment with it. That's all it is now, because you're manifesting right now a new path, taking a leap of faith into something very special, something very solid, very stable. It's up to you on which aisle you swing. If you're going to swing back to the past, if you're still waiting for that nasty shit to return, if you're still doing those drugs and sexes and alcohols and all that stuff, not giving a F about love, then why are you manifesting it? Yeah? When you have lived in a toxic relationship, a very unhealthy lifestyle, and you finally have somebody comes in that actually gives you nurturing, loving warmth, that sees your worth, that sees who you are, you don't trust it because you've never experienced it before. It's foreign to you. It's like somebody speaking a totally different language. You know, if somebody says, look, I see everything beautiful and amazing about you, you know? I see everything wonderful, amazing, and I see through, and I see how big and beautiful your heart is, how generous you are. And you're like, you know what? Damn. That's not how I've ever been spoken to. That's not how I've ever been treated. That's not, you know, I was always, you're a piece of shit. You're not going anywhere. You're just a slug on the path of life. You're nothing but a good time. You're nothing but somebody, you're just trash. You're fun, and you're, you know, all that. But yeah, when somebody finally comes in and says, you know what? I think I want to marry you, or I think you're marriage material. I think I'd like to wine you and dine you, and actually get to know you and put you on a pedestal. It's just different. It's a totally different world. It's a different relationship type, but know this, that you would not be manifesting something like that, and you are asking for it, unless you desired it on some level. Okay? So all of that shit and all of that pain and all of that toxic, unhealthy, all of it that you experienced is helping you to attract what it is you truly want. All of that helps you to know that you want something better. And it helps you pinpoint what it is you do want. Right? So right now, you are in a manifesting energy. Some of the best the Empress energy is the best manifesting energy of all. When you're in that energy, you got two choices. Stay in the negative, manifest the negative. Think about the positives, manifest the positive. But either way, if you manifest something negative, or if the negative returns, or if you manifest a new negative, you have a choice in all things. And you will have the discernment and the awareness to see through any bullshit. And most of that negative will be deflected off of your energy because you're so high vibrational. You're so at peace and you're so connected to source. Won't touch you. Move forward. You got something better coming along very soon. It's up to you on whether or not you accept it. Totally up to you. But your energy is like, you know what, just have the confidence. Just have that confidence. Enjoy the peace that you have currently. And remember that that's what you did. Everything you got through, all of that shit, to have the peace and the love and the support in life that you do. And most of the times it's just us after going through something like that. But if you have friends and family that are around you, loving support and all of that stuff, enjoy it. You deserve it. Okay? And the more you enjoy it, the more you know that you deserve it, the better your manifestations will be, the better your relationships will be moving forward. That's what I got for y'all. Until next time, like, share, subscribe, join the tribe. Donations. Thank you so much, girl in CA. I love you. Thank you for that sunshine, baby. I am out. Namaste.